Hello everybody, Polish Warehouse back with another video, and today we're going to do a more in-depth review of the aks-74u electric blowback gun from Jing Gong. Let's get to it. So on the first thing that we'll talk about with this gun is some of its external features. This has a full metal construction with real steel on most body panels, like the dust cover, lower receiver, some of the stock, and the side rail mount. It also features real wood. It isn't the highest quality, but you get what you pay for. This thing it weighs about 2.89 kilograms because I checked it on my weight. It has a metal flash hider as well, which is removable. After pressing a small pin in, you can unscrew that and take it off. Pretty neat stuff. And keep in mind, all these pieces are modular. In the instruction manual, it tells you how to take apart this gun and all its individual pieces, and how those can be taken apart. You can take off the iron sights with little pins in here. You can take off the dust cover as well. The charging handle doesn't go too far back, because this is a, electric blowback, not glass blowback, and you don't really have a need for pulling it back anyway after reloading or anything. As the mode switcher here again, safety, full auto, and semi. You got the trigger won't get pushed in if it's on full or safe, and then when it's on full auto or semi, you can pull the trigger. Of course, the battery's out for safety concerns of mine. So that's the thing there. And then on the other side, when you press this button in, and you have to kind of press it a lot, this will unhinge, and then the stock can be folded. And then, if you push it in, you slap it on, this little hook will catch, and then to unfold, you simply pull that hook back, hold it back, and just snap it into place. Pretty simple mechanism. Then over here, you have the dust cover. By pressing this button in here, you can open the dust cover, so you do that. By doing that, you also pull the little pin in here back, which means I can take off the upper hand guard and replace it with whatever you wish. There's also a small lever in here that if you turn and twist that loosens the lower hand guard, and you can remove that too. I just don't know how, and I won't bother for the sake of longevity of the video. And then you just kind of slap that in there, close the hand guard, and yeah, that's how it holds it in place. So here you can see the whole mechanism. I think these are Dean's connectors, I'm not sure. Somebody correct me in the comments, I did not do my homework. You got the little breaker here, like the circuit breaker, just in case. If your battery were to go haywire, because LiPos do have a tendency to do that. This thing then has a polymer magazine. I have shot this before many times. Took it to its first airsoft game in last weekend for a casual weekend skirmish. You open the top there, fill the BBs, and at the bottom, you got the high cap winding system. Pretty neat. Then here again, the key, a little hole to wind it faster. Feel like it. Insert the magazine, like with any AK, you put the front in first, and then kind of rotate it until you hear that click, meaning that it has locked. So this thing has different, FPS counts depending on which variant you bought. I bought the lowest FPS model on option, which is 300 FPS. But it was downgraded by Taiwangun anyways. Taiwangun is where I got all the stuff for this gun, so big shout out to them, and maybe Taiwangun, if you're watching this, please sponsor me. So Taiwangun's where I got this. They were very nice, and they downgraded it for absolutely no cost anyways. So this thing is completely legal in my country, and it shoots about 315 to 328 FPS, all between there. So and this thing normally retails in the United States and everywhere else I've seen for about $145. But on Taiwangun, I got this for an absolute steal of $114. So if you're looking for some bargains on airsoft guns, go to Taiwangun, because they got great deals for you. And sometimes they also give out coupon codes, so you can save up to, 10, 15, even 30% off on certain airsoft guns or brands, which is pretty neat. So yeah, again, this thing has a side rail, so you can get rail mount here and a red dot sight. I might get that in the future. And, it's pretty neat. I do have some, I already modified this gun a little bit, but I turned it back to its original form just for the sake of this review. And I might make a separate video on some of the modifications that you can do to this gun, Nothing over excessive, nothing messing with the internals, This thing I'm pretty sure has a version 3 gearbox, or a version 2, I'm pretty sure it's version 3 though. And yeah, it runs very smoothly, it's very nice. I like the kick of the bolt going back, mock bolt going back and forth, it's very nice. So, after a whole day of playing with this, I'm pretty satisfied. I'm very satisfied. It's definitely worth the money. And, I'd recommend it as a good entry gun. It's, it's the AK platform overall is one of the most used platforms anyways. It's reliable. It's relatively cheap most times, unless you're buying from ENL or J&G. But, I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for somewhat realism, if you want that little kick of the mock bolt going back and forth but not having a full-on gas blowback, or if you're looking for a full steel and wood construction and sturdy and durability, a good build and all that. So that's about it, and thank you guys for watching. Keep yourself safe, keep everybody else safe. Glory to the AK. Thanks for watching.